To start, you want to conceal and highlight your face. My absolute favorite concealer is Gillette Cosmetics Undercover Liquid Concealer. It's extremely moisturizing for a concealer and doesn't settle into creases like other concealers do. Apply it in the same areas on your face as I've done here. Under your eyes, on your T-zone, by your nose, and right above your lip. Next, use a foundation brush to blend it in. Do not smear or wipe it into your face. Pat it in gently until well blended. I had to speed up this video so I wouldn't go over the allotted 15-minute time for YouTube. Sorry if it's too fast. Once your concealer is blended, you want to add primer. I'm using Gillette Cosmetics Flawless Complexion Gel in the color medium. The coverage this product gives is so amazing I usually use it alone. But for special occasions I do use it as its main purpose, which is a primer to go underneath the foundation. To apply it, I'm patting it gently into my skin until well blended. Never smear or wipe this on your face. Next, I'm going to apply my Gillette Cosmetics Mousse Foundation. I'm going to apply it with one of my favorite beauty tools of all time, the Beauty Blender. It's a little pink reusable makeup sponge which allows for absolutely flawless coverage. If you don't have one, go ahead and just use a foundation brush to apply this. As with everything else, be sure you are patting this onto your skin and not smearing it on. You want to pat it until well blended gently over that flawless complexion gel. Next, you want to apply loose powder to set everything you've just done. I'm using Gillette Cosmetics HD Finishing Powder. Make sure to tap any excess powder off your brush before applying. Gently pat your powder on all over your face until you've covered it. Next, you want to use a makeup pad of some sort to press that powder into the foundation. This locks everything into place and it will not go anywhere until you're ready to wash your face. Eyebrows are next. I'm using Gillette Cosmetics Color Phase Brow Blend Palette. This particular palette is specifically for brunettes, but she also makes them for blondes. To start, brush your eyebrows upward. Load up an angle brush with your eyebrow color. Unload a little of it onto your hand before applying so that the powder dust doesn't fly all over your face. Moving in small upward strokes, slowly begin to fill in your eyebrow. Movie magic, my other eyebrow's already done. So now you're just going to brush the powder kind of into the eyebrow. That helps it look a lot more natural. Now I'm going to apply eyeshadow primer to my eyes. I'm using Gillette Cosmetics Prime Time. I'm just going to pat this into the center of my eyelid and bring it in on both sides. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eyelid as well, and then I'm going to put just a little bit on that bottom lash line as well. Next, I'm going to apply my first eyeshadow. I'm using my favorite color of all time, Gillette Cosmetics in the color Anaconda. It's perfect for the holiday season because it's gold and sparkly and absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to apply this with a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to put it all over both of my eyelids. Now that it's on both lids, I'm going to do underneath that bottom lash line, just where I put that primer under there. Next, I'm using my other favorite color, which is a matte black color called Void, also by Gillette Cosmetics, and I'm going to apply that in the corner of each of my eye, just in that little V. The color black and glam go hand in hand when doing makeup. Blend this into that gold color towards the center of your eye as you go. Next, use a blending brush to clean it up really well. Blend from the outer corner inward and up. Never blend out. Next, I'm going to apply just a touch of this darker gold coppery color called Phoenix, just into the crease of the eye. This really helps tie together that light gold color with the black. Next, line the bottom lash line with that same black color. Don't do the whole lash line, just go about halfway until it blends and ties into the gold. Do the same thing on the other eye. Now it's time for eyeliner. I'm using Blackout Gel Eyeliner by Gillette Cosmetics. I'm going to apply it with an angle brush. I don't want a big fat line on this eye, so I'm going to do a very thin black line on the inner corner and bring it out towards the end. Kind of like a smaller version of a cat eye. Thanks to movie magic, both eyes are done. Now I'm going to take my black shadow again and pat the shadow over from the center of the eye, working my way up, just as I'm doing here in the video. Using this shadow, smudge out just the outer edge of that gel liner. This creates a super sexy smoky eye. Repeat on the other eye. Use your blending brush again to just blend in that black into the crease. Blending is super important when it comes to eyeshadows, especially dark ones like black. You don't want to be left with any harsh lines or blocky areas. Next, I'm going to take my favorite super creamy eyeliner pencil in the color Ninja by Gillette Cosmetics and line that inner waterline. I'm also going to line my upper waterline. Just these two little moves make the whole eye as far as I'm concerned. A smoky eye wouldn't be a smoky eye without coloring those waterlines black. Next, curl your lashes and apply your mascara, then you're ready for fake lashes. Make sure you have a good lash adhesive glue. It's probably better if you apply this glue onto the lash with a brush, but I'm in a hurry, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. First, exercise the lash a bit. Then apply a thin layer of glue across the lash, but make sure you put just a bit more on both edges. Now you want to allow it to dry for about 50 seconds so the glue's kind of tacky before you apply it. Starting with the outer edge of the lash, stick it on to your lash line as low as you can possibly bring it. And then gently lay the rest of the lash down in place. Using tweezers, adjust it wherever you need to and kind of make sure it's stuck onto the lash line really, really well. After you've applied both lashes, use a mascara spoolie to kind of comb the falsies into your real lashes. Helps them blend together and look more natural. Now it's time to contour and highlight. I borrowed these two colors out of my makeup case for work, but you can use any dark brown color and any light kind of cream color to do this. I'm going to start by applying the brown shadow with an eyeshadow brush onto that line, that jawline on my face. Just draw a line with it right down into that little area where your smile forms. Draw the same line on your other cheek, and then just follow where I apply it on the rest of my face. My mentor Gillette gave me the best advice for highlighting and contouring. She said, imagine as if you're holding a flashlight down on your face. Anywhere that's lit up would be highlighting. Anywhere that's dark and shadowy would be where you would want to darken. Also use the dark color to shape any areas. So I've just shaped my nose to make it look a little bit smaller. I've put a little bit on the bottom of my chin to round it out a bit. And I'm even putting like lines down my neck so that the contouring ties into my face. Notice how on my nose I'm blending it into my eyeshadow crease. This ties it all together. Next, I'm using the highlighter color, which is the lighter one, to brighten any area of my face that I want to be brighter, basically. So the top of my nose into my forehead, which is like your T-zone, on top of my cheekbone, above my upper lip. I even use this color to brighten and clean up underneath my eyeshadows. Next, I'm going to just kind of top off and blend in that contouring I did with a bronzer. I'm using Gillette Cosmetics Minerals in High Beam. Next, it's time for blush. I'm using an old MAC one because I can't find my new one that I love. But I'm just going to lightly dust this blush over wherever my cheeks would normally blush, like right after a workout, wherever my face would show flushing. To do this, just smile and lightly pat the blush onto the apple of your cheeks and bring it up into the top of your cheekbones. Another little trick I'll do is I'll take whatever's left on that blush brush and just kind of lightly smudge it into the crease of my eyeshadow. Don't worry, it won't mess up your eyeshadow job. It'll just barely give it just a smidge of that blush color, just to kind of tie your eyes into the rest of your face. That's it, just apply your favorite lipstick color. For holiday party, I suggest a beautiful red color, or even a nude would work good since you're doing such a heavy, dark, smoky eye. But that's it. Now you're ready to get your hair done and put your party dress on.